The atmosphere around the NBA has been nothing short of electric, and what transpired between the Boston Celtics and the New York Knicks in Game 2 of their playoff matchup defies logic, precedent, and every metric of postseason composure. The Celtics, a franchise synonymous with excellence, boasting a championship pedigree and a roster laden with all-star talent, held a commanding 73-53 lead, a 20-point cushion, at home. And yet, in a collapse that will echo through the annals of NBA playoff history, they squandered it all, falling 91-90 in front of a stunned TD Garden crowd. This marks the third consecutive night in the league that a team has clawed back from a 20-point deficit to secure a victory, a trend that no one saw coming, least of all from a team like the Celtics, who have built their modern identity on dominance and discipline. Boston's meltdown was staggering. They shot an abysmal 9 for 45 in the fourth quarter, just 20% from the field. Worse yet, they missed 13 consecutive shots during the stretch when it mattered most. 7 of those were from beyond the arc, many of them open looks, and yet the rim felt as if it had shrunk to the size of a thimble. There was no flow, no rhythm, no adaptability. The Celtics continued to fire from deep, as if entranced by a strategy that had long since betrayed them. And while Boston imploded, the Knicks surged with purpose, intensity, and undeniable belief. Mikal Bridges was sensational, scoring 14 points in the final frame, punctuating his night with a critical steal that effectively sealed the victory. His two-way brilliance has been on full display this series, and in this game, he emerged not just as a contributor, but as a closer. The Knicks, yes, the same Knicks who were swept by Boston in the regular season, have completely rewritten the narrative. After 2 stunning road victories, they head back to Madison Square Garden with a 2-0 series lead and the kind of momentum that could crush even the most seasoned of playoff teams. They have embodied grit, resilience, and defensive tenacity. And in doing so, they've exposed a shocking vulnerability in the reigning NBA champions. What we're witnessing isn't just about tactics. It's a referendum on leadership, decision-making, and late-game composure. Boston's unraveling raises deep, uncomfortable questions. Chief among them, where are Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown when it counts? These are 2 players entrusted with max contracts, showered with accolades, and expected to lead. And yet, in the fourth quarter, they combined for a dismal 1 for 9 from the field. When it was time to close, they folded. Tatum, widely considered the face of the franchise and a perennial MVP candidate, was simply not there when his team needed him most. He missed a pivotal wide-open dunk and failed to assert himself in the clutch. Brown, who has a pedigree of finals MVP and the shot-making ability to carry a team, seemed curiously absent from the offensive strategy. It begs the question, should this be Jalen Brown's team in late-game situations? Is Tatum truly the guy you want with the ball in his hands when the game is on the line? These aren't hot takes. They're pressing reality for a team that now finds itself on the brink. The Celtics' offensive strategy was mystifying. Up 16 in the fourth, they opted for volume 3-point shooting rather than attacking the paint, a decision that defies basketball logic, especially when the jump shots weren't falling. Contrast that with the Knicks' methodical comeback, sparked by smart defense, aggressive drives, and timely shot-making. Let's talk about coaching, because while Joe Mazzulla's name will inevitably be dragged into the spotlight, this collapse was less about schematics and more about execution, or lack thereof. The players on the floor failed to recognize the moment. They lacked the situational awareness and in-game feel that separates contenders from pretenders. Champions adapt. Champions pivot. The Celtics? They doubled down on a failed strategy, much like the 2016 Atlanta Falcons in Super Bowl 51, who infamously kept throwing the ball with a 28-3 lead. Boston's refusal to attack the rim, get to the line, and manufacture points as their offense stalled is a strategic failure of the highest order. Great teams know how to stop the bleeding. Boston opened the wound wider. Porzingis played, yes, but he was clearly not at full strength. Still, that cannot be used as a scapegoat. Injuries to key players like Brown and Holiday are unfortunate, but not unprecedented. The fact remains, the Celtics led by 20 in back-to-back games and lost both. That is not on health. That is on heart. And if you're looking for heart, look no further than the Knicks. This team, led by the fearless Jalen Brunson and the two-way dynamo Mikal Bridges, has not only matched the Celtics' talent, they've overwhelmed it with effort and execution. Bridges, in particular, has validated every bit of the Knicks' decision to acquire him from Brooklyn, delivering elite defense and clutch buckets that have flipped the series on its head. In both games, Bridges ended the night with defensive play, a punctuation mark that now reads like a statement to the entire league. New York is not here by accident. This is a team that believes, that executes, and that senses weakness and exploits it. With the series heading to the Garden, the pressure mounts, not on the Knicks, who have already overachieved in the eyes of many, but on the Celtics, who now carry the heavy burden of expectation and the stench of collapse. The defending champions are on the ropes, reeling from two of the most inexplicable losses in recent memory. They have the talent, but do they have the poise? If they don't find it, and fast, this series won't just be a disappointment. It'll be a legacy-altering disaster.